What's up, nerds? Looks like the third episode of CyberVamp 2134 was lost due to some tech anomaly in the net. So, probably one of those pesky rogue AIs. Don't panic. I should be able to give you the lowdown on the previous version of events with just a few clicks. Give me a second. Oh, it's just a text file. Gosh, man, that sucks. Sorry about your luck. Guess I'll just read it to you then, and you'll just have to imagine what happened. Shit got fucking crazy. All I'll say is get fucking ready. Are you ready? So we left off back at Phantasme after the fashion show from hell. The masquerade's broken for like 15 seconds. Big whoop. After we saw those photographs, we had to come up with a plan. Fucking fast. Blue, my doppelganger, was one of them. We weren't sure what to do at first. Lucian remembered something Acheron told him. What happens after the flood? I mean, we're talking about a literal flood of actual blood. After the antediluvians rise out of their eternal slumber or whatever. I don't know what the fuck those are. Apparently they're the ancient ones that rise up and kill every last kindred and wipe us completely out. I mean, obviously they can try, but so many people have tried to kill us already and it just doesn't work. We thought Joey was gone. Turns out he left his phone on Lucian's desk, on fucking purpose. But he couldn't tell us why. I thought he was just being Joey, but then I got a premonition. Turns out Joey was compelled by a man with ash blonde hair and bright green eyes. He was told to leave his phone behind and come back in 7 minutes. So we'd all get worried. Obviously, we got worried. Seriously. To whoever's fucking with us, that's just goddamn rude. But hey, I put a tracker on Acheron's phone after he sent a text to Lucian, so get wrecked. It turns out that blonde guy from the premonition, he's friends or familiar with Antique. Eclipse too, maybe? I don't really know. Apparently it matched the description of some fixer named Shade. Real secretive type. While we're trying to figure out what was going on, Jun and Antique found some reports on incidents in the Badlands. 50 years ago, 3 bodies were turned into red mist during some crazy secret blood sorcery rituals. Antique even found a lead into the upside down letter A symbol that we've been seeing. Remember that one from all the way back in Vegas? Those petty jerks waited a century to get back at us. Like, you couldn't get it done the first time. Let's just get it done now. Go ahead and try. But enough about that. We had to come up with a plan fast. We decided to get Amaranth. Joey came with us because we didn't want to lose track of him again. Pretty fun things happened in that hover car. You're just gonna have to wait and figure out, or maybe never. Sucks to be you guys. But long story short, after we got to Night City Medical Center, we left him in the hover car asleep and handcuffed. I guess I did tell you anyway. Before we could reach the intensive care unit, Jen told me not to freeze up like I did at the fashion show. Fucking jerk. I said, hey, I did my job. He should just do his and mind his own goddamn business. Obviously. We made it inside and up to Amaranth's room. She was in real bad shape. But luckily I've got some connections in the hospital. Guess I never told Lucian that he's a Grand Vamp now. Julian. I like to call him Jules. You'll see it a lot. He's my child. He got himself assigned as Amaranth's attending physician. He told Lucian what happened to Amaranth. She fed on someone who was drugged with an antigen known as EVH07. Amaranth wasn't responding to typical treatments. We had some ideas. Eclipse gave her some blood since the two of them share a blood bond, but it didn't help. And then Lucian waited a moment. He wanted a moment alone with Julian. I wasn't too keen on it, so I was listening at the door. I heard most of what they were saying, but it's kind of foggy for me. Luckily enough, Lucian's blood woke Amaranth from her coma. She told Lucian that someone lured her outside, but their blood tasted funny. That was the last thing she remembered. Antique and Jen went back in the room, but I stayed outside with Jules. Something about that knife we grabbed that Fedra used on herself looked awful fucking familiar. We talked, but as far as Julian knew, the knife that I gave him was still in his employee locker. Fedra's blood still had a scent, and it was so full of sadness. It made my heart hurt. Like, obviously. Emotions, they're hard. I don't like it. I heard Lucian when he told Antique and Jen he might not survive, and I didn't hear the rest because I got a text from my nemesis. Just another netrunner that goes by Anomaly that said, have you checked all the children? So, that's pretty much what you missed on that last session, so, tune in for the next one. See what fucking madness we get into and what happens at the hospital. Shit goes down, man.
Your background looks so dark.
That's on purpose.
Okay. Interesting.
We're starting out at the intro. It needs to be atmospheric.
We have an intro now?
Point. We kind of do. If everyone wants to give me a good hi, courageous champions.
Hi, courageous champions.
Yeah, why not? We'll go around, everybody introduce themselves, tell us how your character's feeling going into the events of tonight's session, starting with Jun Yoshino.
Oh no, that is me. Hi there, guys. I will be once again playing Detective Jun. Ooh, as far as feelings go, that is a rough one because we're like, for us, at the very least, we're right in the middle of nothing yet. We had like a very interesting conversation, that's for sure, but nothing wrong has happened yet. Yet. So that's gonna be fun.
Lucian, Oriel.
Hello, everybody. My name is Patch, the ever humble dungeon master. Reprising my role as Lucian Oriel, owner of Phantasme and bringer of all manner of shit to anyone who harms my girls. At this moment in time, I am feeling a little nostalgic in some ways, but we'll get into that a little bit later on.
Antique.
I'm playing Antique, and she is pretty excited what's coming, what's ahead of us, but Sarah is a bit ADHD. I need to check what we did last time. It's gonna work out. It's gonna be chill.
Hold on, I have the notes somewhere. I'll put them in the player
We're
chat.
gonna get into that. I have a little recap for us to go over.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. Eclipse.
Hi, I'm Valkyrie. I play Eclipse. Eclipse is feeling a bit more relieved now that her girlfriend is safe-ish until they can get out of the fucking hospital and get her to somewhere more safe. But she's also excited to see what's gonna happen tonight.
Last but not least, Teddy Lincoln.
Hi, everybody. I'm Maddie. I'm playing everybody's favorite blue-haired Malkavian. Yay. Also one of Lucian's girls. And she fully believes that we are in severe danger, knowing what happened last time and the fact that little pieces are falling into place of somebody is coming after us. We're not good. Remember how I said this in Bad and the Beautiful, that I'm in danger? I'm in danger. Please help.
All right, and I didn't do this last time. I'm Bridget. I'll be playing everybody else. I think we established at one point that I was the wacky dungeon ant. I'll take that. Now that we are all caught up, a few mini scenes to start us off with.
Oh boy.
I couldn't decide.
Oh god.
The time is around, we'll say, an hour before the events of the session. A group of beleaguered human police officers sit around a debriefing room. A graveyard shift well underway. Chief of Police Ryden Snow leads the debrief. Terror at Invoke Fashion Show is all over the scream sheets. The first responding officers on scene review the timeline of events. Photos of various suspects and persons of interest are projected across a large display screen. Phaedra Aperon is declared deceased. No one sees the chief pull a photo of a former NCPD detective on scene, weapon clearly raised. Ryden stares at the image on his computer, shaking his head slightly. He erases it, typing in a few lines of code to ensure the photograph can't be recovered. Our view shifts, catching up with the present time at Night City Medical Center, somewhere. First, we get a glimpse of Eclipse and Amarantha. She's changed and dressed, ready to re-enter the room, but she tells Eclipse that she needs about 5 minutes. She takes a moment, closing her eyes, centering herself. As she concentrates, exerting this discipline, somewhere in Pacifica, a woman with distinct purple hair, deep indigo, in fact, looks up from whatever she was doing and just scoffs, packs up her belongings, and heads out the door. Our view shifts again. A crisp white hospital environment. A pair of sensible shoes walking at a brisk pace. The gentle sound of an electronic device powering down as it is removed from the wall. Where a security camera once was, what looks like a small metal lantern is carefully hung in its place. Sensible shoes walk briskly down the hallway, passing through another set of double doors. We can't see what this mystery person is doing from the other side of those doors. But on our side, thick orange smoke seeps from the lantern. It moves silently as it spreads across the sterile white floor. And we rejoin Teddy and Julian.
Oh boy.
Feeling the aftershock of an earthquake. He startles, reaches for a locker to steady himself as you both feel the ground shake beneath your feet. Oh, most unusual.
Fuck was that?
Earthquake?
We get those?
I must admit I can't recall any in recent memory. Strange. We haven't seen unusual weather patterns in some time.
Huh. Interesting.
He'll gather up a few belongings from his locker, and seeing a spare white coat with no name sewn into the patch, he'll reach for it and tuck it under his arm. Your friend said she wanted one of these, didn't she?
Yes.
He'll take it off the hanger and arrange it neatly underneath his arm.
Oh my god.
It's honestly for the best.
Even if it's just for roleplay, what the fuck?
She does not need that.
Well, it was right there. We carry spares all the time, but hospital scenes, obviously, you never know what kind of...
She, reaches up and just pats his cheek, ever so gently. Oh, you sweet summer child.
He'll grin and just... Shall we rejoin the others?
Probably for the best, especially now that we know that this is yours. Somebody's definitely coming for us.
We'll get to the bottom of this somehow. And
Does Abby still have access to the security cameras in the hospital?
yes,
Before they leave, she would like to flip through and make sure their way back to the room is clear.
okay. Let's see. Alright, I think I am gonna make a roll for this. And yes, he is gonna risk this.
Oh boy. That's not scary. That's not scary at all.
Okay. You cycle through the cameras and find one of the hallway in the ICU. There's approximately 5 seconds of a frame of static, but otherwise, the hallway looks normal.
In the room by Amarantha?
Yes, this is one camera in the ICU, and it goes down the main hallway, and the room at the very end closest to the camera is the one that you would recognize as Amarantha's room.
So that's the same camera that turned off as we arrived, right?
Yes, we'll say for brevity that there was a second one.
Oh no.
Okay. She is going to text Lucy. Dad, something weird's going on. Be on the lookout.
I will say that as we have our discussion, I will continue to lean near the door and from time to time just sneak a peek to see if there is anything or anyone audibly or visibly coming in or out of the hallway.
Okay.
Just in general as we are talking.
Right. So we'll leave off with Teddy and Julian heading upstairs to rejoin everybody, and we'll rejoin. It's a lot of people to keep track of. Give me a sec. Antique, John, Lucian, Amarantha, and Eclipse have all now gathered in her room at the ICU.
Lucian gets the text, just sort of pockets his phone, straightens his cuffs, adjusts his tie. I think things are about to turn once more. I hope you're ready. Not sure what's coming.
Well, we'll find out the hard way if anything else.
I have found that is the way it goes.
And as far as our conversation goes, you didn't live this long by giving up.
I'd like to get somewhere safe.
Of course. Whatever it takes.
So,
You know that.
What's the plan now?
To leave. By any means
let's
necessary. But we need to all leave. Teddy's on her
Are
way
they
back
coming
now.
back?
Yes, she's
Okay,
on her way.
Great.
As soon as she gets here, we'll make our way out. But things never go simply. So
She looks over to
Eclipse and Amaranth.
no, not Eclipse, Amaranth. Can you walk?
Yes, I should be fine now.
Okay. Comas tend to make you like.
Noodle.
Obviously, we're different. Just saying.
Human comas.
If you-
yes.
Yeah. If you need help, let us know.
she's made of strong stuff, and normally I would say stay close to me, but and then a look to Eclipse. Not sure I need to anymore. And
Yeah,
you get a genuine smile from Lucian, like a half smile.
Proud dad. Proud dad.
Mm-hmm. So heading out, what order are we going in? Who's going first?
Well, we're waiting for Teddy.
We're waiting for them.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Is there a window in the door? I don't remember for sure.
No windows.
Okay, then I'll make sure that either I'll look just enough through the door when I open it up that I can see at least in one direction of the hallway, and I'll keep
the door enough to see into the hallway.
Okay, I'll grab the bed as if someone is in there, just making it look like as if they're covered just for now.
Some pillows and
Yeah, just some pillows.
I'll keep
A
on trusting.
balloon. No, just
Well,
kidding.
actually, that's good because there'll be the hospital gown that Amaranth is not wearing. We can place that there as well.
Oh yeah,
That works.
let's do it.
John, you open the door just enough to peek through, which was more than enough. At your feet, you notice thick orange smoke entering the room.
I don't want to alarm you guys, but then I point down. I say it's soft enough where they should be able to understand it just enough.
What happens next takes a matter of seconds. John, you see the smoke pour over your feet, and it's enough. Whatever this is hits dead center in the chest, and you feel an urge to recoil, almost just to expel, and you step back and like gasping, and you're coughing up blood. It's down your mouth onto your clothing, and your hunger increases by 1. Everyone else sees it's a horrific display. John appears to be just it looks as though he's unable to stop, like coughing up, expelling blood. Looks like he's almost choking on it. And John, you realize like it's the smoke that's doing this to you, and it's debilitating. For the duration of the scene, please remove 1 die from all of your dice pools.
Okay.
Oh shit.
Oh shit. Close the door.
Lucian's gonna like run forward, grab the back of Jun, and just throw him to the back of the room and try and kick the door closed at the same time.
I would have thrown a chair,
Okay.
but that works too.
Lucian, for this, I'm gonna need, let's make this dexterity and athletics.
That's a pool of 2.
Let me do it, old man. Let me go.
I don't want to say it, but wouldn't it make sense to make it more contested as well? Since I just
You could.
I don't
We
want
could
to
contest it. Your
No,
hunger
keep it
did
open.
increase, but it's not a test to avoid frenzy. If you're trying to resist Lucian throwing you away, like into the room.
Well, I'll say because of the hunger. For the brief second that Lucian looks like just over the sunglasses that have, from coughing, shifted down, you just see a very intense look, almost like 1,000-yard stare. Like, if I'm there, you don't know.
Okay.
What happens next is what's gonna happen next, I guess. But I'll let you give it a try at the very least.
Okay, if we're gonna contest this, then give me the same roll, dexterity and athletics.
Okay.
I got an 8 an 8 and a 10.
Wow. Okay, so gotta
Let's
be the
see.
DC of 2.
I have 2 7s and a 2.
Okay, meets it, beats it. Lucian, you reach for John and you try to pull him inside and out of the smoke, and he resists just enough. And while the scuffle is happening, the gas enters the room.
Do I get the door shut at
Lucian.
least?
Unfortunately, not in time. You still
Is there a window?
effects.
Nope. I just established that there are no windows.
No. The room. Does the room have a window? Not
There
the
is no
door.
window in this room.
Welcome to Night City Hospital.
You feel this sudden urge to heave, to expel, and you're coughing up blood. It's an unpleasant sensation, but it almost brings you to your knees. You're doubled over, coughing, and blood drips from your mouth, and your hunger increases by 1.
Dad,
We're at hunger fall, my dudes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
I have a question. We don't
Yes.
really need to breathe, right?
It's not a matter of breathing, it's...
No, in general,
Airborne.
not for this case.
yes, you don't need to breathe, yeah.
It is definitely contact. It doesn't matter, I think.
Yeah, it's
Mm-hmm.
Thank you, Bridget.
But it
okay.
didn't go through the
You're a
door.
rat.
It didn't go through the door, right?
Eventually, you get the door shut. Lucian got the door shut, but not before the gas hit him as well.
Mhm.
Just, I assume the rest or bathroom is close to the exit door, right?
The bathroom is further inside. Your way out is right here. Basically, this is the door to the bathroom. This is the door to the hallway.
So if we do we have enough time to jump into the bathroom?
You can run for the bathroom, sure.
Okay.
Let's see. Antique, for you, this would be dexterity and athletics.
Okay, and that's 5. How many fails will I have?
DC is 3.
Okay, I have 2 6s and a 10.
Okay, meets it, beats it. You managed to run toward the bathroom. Are you attempting to pull anybody with you or just running,
Yes.
making a run for it?
Whoever is close, I will just drag with me. If that's Eclipse or Amaranth, I don't care. I'll just grab the next person.
Okay, Amaranth is closest. She's not going to roll against you. You're able to pull Amaranth along. Eclipse, if you'd like to potentially run for cover, I'm also going to need dexterity and athletics from you.
Okay. Yeah, she's definitely gonna go for cover. A 7 and a 7.
Very nice. You run toward the bathroom, and it is enough. The door is closed for now, and the sealant on the underside of the door means that the gas doesn't appear to be getting in, but Lucian and John, you are able to see the window of the door slowly turn orange.
What the fuck is that?
I told you it wasn't going to be simple.
Those motherfuckers.
And he racks his gun, pointing it at the door, waiting for the worst to happen.
Wow, that actually hurt.
And now we cut to Teddy. At the other end of the hallway, two things become apparent to you at once, Teddy.
Okay.
One, someone messed with the camera feed to loop the footage so it would look like nothing was wrong. Because, two, at the other end of the hallway is a dense orange cloud of smoke. It appears to be moving down the hallway.
Towards me?
Yes.
Jules is there with me, right?
Yep.
She's gonna look up at him and be like, is there a way to get them out of that room? Is there like a communication system? Something to get this shit out?
He's going to hold his shirt over his mouth as though he's afraid it's an airborne toxin, and he'll just... the air conditioning, it's controlled by a central thermostat. Perhaps you could find it and take control of it. Get the air blowing the gas away. Oh, he's like cowering back as the gas moves closer.
Lock this floor down. Nobody in, nobody out. Lock it down. Get it taken care of. Where do I need
holding his shirt, he'll reach for his badge, and there's a server room here. He'll slide his badge, pulling a lever. Everyone hears an alert. Lockdown. The siren lights, klaxon lights go off. The floor is going into lockdown. Still trying to cover his nose and mouth because he's not quite sure what this is. Julian is able to... Yeah, I'm not going to make him roll for it. There is a server room near the stairwell where you just entered. And he leads you inside. Be careful. I'm not sure what's happening.
Don't let that shit touch you. I don't know what it is. It could be contact, could be air.
I could find a ventilator. He says he's going to go look for a ventilator just in case he needs fresh oxygen.
Make sure nobody gets in that room.
It's rather hard to see through the smoke, but I will. He runs off across the room. He returns with a portable oxygen tank and a ventilator, and he's breathing fresh oxygen.
She's gonna go into the server room.
Teddy, your favorite role of all time, intelligence and technology. Add your specialty.
I do love that.
You are trying to reroute the central air conditioning of an entire building.
Yes, I am.
DC is going to be pretty damn high, not going to lie to you.
3, and then... Nope, not this
minor inconvenience.
What is it? 3 plus 5... So 9. Do I have 9? 1, 2,
Jesus.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, I do have 9 all out. Okay.
9 ones. Let's go.
Don't joke like that.
Okay, we're doing good so far. That's a 7. Okay.
I don't like that.
Another 0. That's a 6. 6s are passes, right?
Yeah.
6s are passes.
That's 1 fail so far. Okay. We're doing not so bad. That's good. So, Okay, that was also a 7. So how many of these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 regular and 2 zeros.
Nice.
Okay, the total of 9.
Yeah.
All right. And just gonna double check something here. Ooh. Meets it. Beats it.
Nice.
It's harder to navigate this time. Security measures going into place during the hospital's lockdown means you are a mouse in a trap, essentially, running your way toward the end of the maze. But eventually, in the nick of time, you gain access to the central server, and of everybody above your heads, you hear, it sounds like the central air system kicking on. The fans begin to blow outside, presumably. And there are those of you in the bathroom. How do you respond?
I look over to Eclipse and Amaranth and it might be disappearing.
I hope so.
I think we should wait just a little bit longer just in case.
For sure. I mean, I have the number 2 from Lucian, I guess. I'll text the guys if they're still alive and is the orange smoke still there?
We still have.
Since we have technology, why not? Instead of
Don't we have earpieces?
Yeah, it's like
Oh, yeah,
earpieces.
right.
You have
Okay,
earpieces, yeah.
Are you still alive? Is the smoke still there? The air conditioning kicked in.
Who are you talking to?
Either, I
Lucian.
imagine.
Oh, okay.
Everybody, I don't know. Does it just work? Can we do a multi?
How does it?
pick up for me? Do I hear it?
Yes, you all still have your earpieces in.
I wasn't sure if it would
yeah.
work since I'm in different floors.
They're tactical earpieces.
Cool.
They use technical network.
You're welcome.
You hear in the background.
Yeah, I think that the sassy attitude probably stops when you hear Lucian coughing over the earpieces.
Dad? What the fuck?
Whatever these motherfuckers used, it's not good.
We are in the bathroom. We're fine. How are you guys doing?
Lucian and I
We're
were not
fine
that
here,
lucky.
thank you. How are you?
Do I need
Could
to
you
get
bring
the
some
old-fashioned
milk,
phone
please?
out? I will.
I'm holding my earpiece, bitches.
One thing to point out, John and Lucian, like behind the closed door, you realize that as long as you are not in contact with the gas, you no longer feel the urge to expel anymore.
I guess we're still trying to catch our breath, though, right?
Yep.
All right.
Even though we don't need to breathe.
Well, you know what
Which
I
makes it
mean, like-
worse.
Yeah, it's like
Trying to not inhale and then immediately exhale blood.
one of those
Yeah.
like psychosomatic things. You catch my drift.
Okay, so overall, the way to resolve this takes about 5 minutes. Eventually, John and Lucian, you see the orange window start to gradually dissipate. Looks like it's taking an awfully long time, but eventually it clears. And can I get a tense music change, please, Maestro?
Why, certainly.
Bridget?
No.
Yes.
While this is happening, since I'm going towards occult and stuff, have I ever heard of a gas being used against something? Or could I text my sire?
Here's the thing.
While we're waiting, I mean, we have
While you're
time.
waiting, yes, you do get a text from Killian. And it says, you've landed yourself in a spot of trouble, it seems. Call me later, if you make it out.
Hex back. Fuck you too.
Couple middle finger emojis.
Yeah.
But the smoke clears. Teddy, you exit the server room and you race down the hallway. Julian sees no more need for a ventilator and joins you. Before you can reach the door, everyone you hear over the PA system. It crackles, and the voice that speaks through it sounds distorted and wrong.
If you go out in the woods today, you're gonna find bits of pride. If you go out in the woods today, you better go in disguise. For every bear, every little boys will gather there together, because today is the day the teddy bears have their picnic.
Emphasis on Teddy, I presume.
That's not foreboding at all.
Is the voice familiar by any chance?
Is the voice familiar? No. It sounds too distorted to make a clear determination. Someone's clearly using a voice filter.
Could I say I would have recorded it?
Just quickly live stream it to your followers.
It's my new text
No,
code.
just record it. Just record it.
Yeah. Yeah, you can. I'll allow it. Teddy, you managed to open the door.
You'll be met by a gun.
No, I'm not at that door.
Straight at the door.
I'm not at that door. Do
Yeah,
I
you're at
get
that
to
door.
Oh, I'm at that door?
You get to that door, yeah. You're about to reach for the handle, and then you hear that song over the loudspeakers.
Dad?
I push past Jun and I open the door.
Blood is clear on Lucian and Jen's faces.
I don't think I'm gonna make it out of this hospital.
I guess what happens in Vegas doesn't stay in Vegas, after all. Can we go now?
Yes. Where can we go?
Let's get out of the building first.
Let's go.
As we start moving, Lucian's gonna pull out his phone and he's gonna mutter something in some forgotten language under his breath, and he's going to text the number that Acheron used.
Yeah.
And he's gonna say, I know the Switzerland favor is mine to yours, but if that night meant anything to you, you will help me here and now. Whatever it takes.
You get a pretty immediate response. When and where?
I'm no fool, you know exactly where I am. And now.
On my way? Yes, and
In the meantime, Antique is sending it to her sire and to her second network, being like, any clues, ideas what this is? Just out there.
Okay. We'll say that you send these texts as everyone is on their way out of the building. It's about 2 floors of stairs that you take, because I assume you're all trying to be subtle about this. Getting past the lockdown and everything.
I'll definitely try to take point.
Oh, are you guys giving me the code?
The important thing, the white coat.
Yes.
Oh, the code, yes. Julian just shivers a little hearing that song, but then goes, oh yes, you wanted this coat. I found a fresh one.
I mean, didn't need to be fresh. Used would have been better. Anyway, okay, I put it on. I'm sorry, we're in a hospital. There is dirt. This looks way too fresh. I'm sorry. She pulls her hair back a bit. She makes
we don't
herself.
wander around the hospital in filthy coats. We try to keep.
Dude, that was an excellent. Anyway, we don't have time to argue. What the fuck? Okay, let's get out of here. Okay, we two have a talk about anyway performance. Okay, so she pulls her hair back, looks a bit more like maybe a doctor or something, just hospital staff, and then I guess we have 2 hospital staffs. Yeah, so just
all right.
Yeah.
So seeing this, he'll reach for Teddy's hand, and he isn't going to let go of that, but also Julian and Antique are both disguised as hospital staff. Presumably, yeah. You could all be, and Eclipse too. I didn't forget about that. Eclipse is the volunteer in Scrubs. So we've got 3 hospital staff among the coterie. Everyone being led outside. We'll say that the lockdown happens. The elevators are off, so it's good that there's still stairs available. You run into a few human security guards who kind of pay you no mind. There's like a little bit of pandemonium as they try to figure out what's going on. They're basically running the other way past you up the stairs where you just were, but you all make it down to the ground floor. The first one of you to push open the door sees Joey LeBompt waving with a shiny handcuff bracelet around his wrist.
Here?
Oh, hey guys, I was just, I heard the lights going off. I wanted to come check on you.
Oh God, you're so exhausting. Why the fuck are you here?
Lucian's gonna wipe the blood off his mouth and wipe it on Joey's jacket. And just shove past him.
Oh yeah, I'll definitely do the same thing, but with a little bit more aggravated assault levels of just full on, like.
We'll leave that.
Antique runs past him, grabs his hand, and pulls him. Big fan. Let's run.
Oh hey, yeah.
Come.
Coming with us, Teddy. He just waves awkwardly as he runs back toward the car.
She's gonna like squeeze Jules's hand and be like, "You can't stay here."
No, I didn't think so. I was just. They won't notice me leaving in the middle of the pandemonium. I want to stay with you.
Okay. Good. Yeah.
He doesn't let go of your hand as you all walk back toward the car. Eventually, everyone gets inside now with the 5 of you, Joey, Julian, and Amarantha. It's almost a full house.
Teddy's sitting in somebody's lap. Let's be real. The 5-foot pig thing that she is just pop.
Eclipse is gonna let Amarantha sit on top of her lap if she chooses to.
Yeah, she's gonna choose to. So
Nice.
almost a full house.
That was a very tough choice.
Weary after all of that. Some of you more so than others, I imagine, with those increased hunger levels.
I do still have a very nice bottle of blood.
Mm-hmm. You do.
Depending
Some
on
of
where
Jillian's special blend.
and depending
I
on
don't
where
have
we're
it
going.
anymore. I gave it to Amarantha.
Yeah, I remember that.
Let's see.
She was real hungry and I didn't want us to die.
Yeah.
Did we pick up a snack on the way?
Ooh, so Antique, you'd realize you gave the last few bottles that you had away. There are no more. It's possible you could pick up a snack along the way. Given how some of you like to feed, it's possible you could go back to Phantasma and find people to feed on there. Club should be... If it's not closed indefinitely, let's let the proprietor tell us that. Do you think Phantasma would still be operating, given the time, everything that's been happening lately?
I think at the very least it's closed for the night. And I imagine it's probably not the safest place to go right now.
Okay.
A lot of eyes on there. Like, I think Lucian will probably be thinking lay low, and like I'll let you as the GM decide, but I think over the years since Teddy and Lucian settled in Night City, they had to work up from nothing, and I think they spent a lot of time in a lot of like squalid places, the kind of places where no one would look, and they probably kept hold of the keys for those places as
Teddy
like
absolutely has.
safe house kind of things, because something like this was always going to happen.
And
Teddy
Teak,
has hers.
you get another message from Killian.
Mm-hmm.
Did you make it out?
First voice message, and then yeah, we did. Safe place somewhere? Question mark.
Come by the station. Antique, you know
The
what
other
that
one?
means.
Yeah. Okay.
KCOC, Night City's
KCOC.
premier radio station. Don't spell it backwards whenever you do. That's the dick joke I wrote into the whole story.
Yes.
You would recall
So-
that the radio
Now I
station
get it.
is quite a large business, as it's a multi-story building, because part of it is established as a business, but part of it is Killian's own personal haven.
I have a place where we can go, but I leave that up to you. Also, resources. There might be more blood. I don't know how you take your bites.
Privately, shall we say.
We can find a room if that's what you need.
And I mean, if it will satiate at least temporarily your hunger, and I pull out the bottle, I could still offer this to you. I will be fine for now.
It won't work.
He can't.
Okay. We don't really have time. What works for you? Can you tell us, or is it too private?
Let me just look up the specific wording. Where is it on my character sheet?
Okay.
A case of you should
Vein
never use.
Tapper.
I do have people on standby if you actually need to bite.
So the wording as rules as written is
Raw.
I cannot take the blood from mortals whilst being observed.
Okay.
Oh, that's fine.
True. Which doesn't mention anything about drinking chilled or preserved blood. So
It doesn't,
to do
but-
that,
But looking at like bagged blood and preserved blood and stuff, because of the way it is handled before preservation, it becomes useless.
Yeah.
You have to have the iron gullet
bags.
thing to
Yeah.
get
yeah,
any
it has to
benefits
be
from
fresh
it.
from the source.
Yeah.
Also,
for
ouch.
you.
Mm.
How does
Ouch.
it work? Does the victim need to sleep? Because it would watch you?
No, essentially Lucian can't
watch.
feed from bagged blood, so he needs to have it fresh from the source, and when he does have it fresh from the source, nobody can watch him do it. Like, it
Yeah,
has to
that's
be
what I'm
between
saying.
the two of
But,
Including the victim.
but the person... Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Does the
Yeah.
person need to be
True,
asleep?
yeah.
Yeah.
You should shy.
It doesn't
Peter.
have to be
Okay.
asleep, that's an option.
Happens to the best of us.
I can sneak.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could do it subtly. There's a lot of ways you could feed on someone subtly. Yeah.
From behind.
Okay.
While that is
There's a mirror.
happening, I'll.
I'm texting one of the whatever interns.
Yeah.
Yo, dude, are you still hanging at the location? I know you're gaming at night. I have a
Party at the
favor to ask.
station.
Party at the
Couple of
station.
emojis. Yeah, essentially you confirm that in the 2 floors that operate as the radio station, he's probably down there somewhere. There's probably like a gaming hype house type thing. Someone's down there gaming and streaming all night long.
The worst.
All right, so we have private rooms where the kids like game and stuff. So it would be all on your own. People are willing. Don't know what
Let's
else
ask
you have
the
to do.
Ventru if he feels like feeding from a sweaty human gamer.
Whatever they have in Night City at this point, it ain't gonna be good. Like
Lucian's a
can send
hunga.
him-
whatever.
We have showers. We can clean him up. Oh, guys.
Lucian is a hunger 4
He will be fine.
and has pretty much decided how likely his survival is for this ordeal. He will take what he can get.
Well, apparently not everything. And I just look at I guess it's still chilled or preserved, and I'll just consume it
yes.
myself as we
Okay.
take a ride towards the station.
John,
How does that
I'm
work?
gonna need you to make a dice pool of 4
Yeah,
for a willpower test.
sure. We can do that. Please make it, please make it, please make it. 7, 6, 9, and a 5.
Very nice, 3 successes. It tastes fairly good. You're able to identify that this resonance is phlegmatic. You feel marginally less tense and, in fact, a bit happier as you consume the blood, though not in a debilitating way.
And in a very long evening, for the first time, you see me not being just a grumpy asshole the entire time.
It's a good stiff drink.
Oh, yeah.
That's what it reads as. Yeah.
I lean over to Lucian. How bad is it? Can you stop yourself, or should I get 2?
1 will be fine.
Okay. He kind of needs to survive. I mean, not really, but I kind of like the kid, so.
Then pick someone else.
Ooh.
Not ominous at all.
All right. Something to contemplate as the ride. We'll say it's closer to Pacifica, the station. Gillian always expressed a fondness of being close to the beach.
Mm-hmm.
However grimy and infested those waters are, no doubt, in Night City. It's about 30 more minutes, and by the time you all arrive outside the grand KCOC building, it's getting close to about 4 in the morning. And you all would be aware that sunrise is scheduled to happen in 2.5 hours. You're all exiting, and we'll say it has one of those driveways, kind of like a luxury hotel. So the car pulls in out front, and doors open. You hear an old-timey voice say, "Welcome, friends of my child. Please make yourselves at home. I will lead you right through up the elevators, and we'll make sure you're comfortable."
You know, can we go to a more shaded, or can you know?
Oh,
Can we
it's
stay
getting
here?
late. He'll
Yeah.
point out that, like, it's practically 4:00 in the morning. We don't have any new guests. And besides, he'll, like,
Okay.
reach up, snap his fingers, and the lights of the parking lot security cameras turn off.
Thanks. Okay. I'll go to the basement real quick. You know.
Okay.
Lucian, you coming?
What are the rest of you doing?
I'll get out of the car and get up really close into his face. Just staring him down for a sec. I see the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. And I walk off inside.
Ta-ta.
I wish I had his voice.
All right, Amarantha will follow Eclipse out, and you're all directed inside to the private elevator by the front entrance reserved for VIP employees, we'll say. Eclipse and Amarantha, I believe you're off on your own. Teddy and Lucian, what are we doing?
I'll take the arrangement that is being made for me.
Daddy's gonna
Right.
follow. Just to make sure Dad has his privacy.
And he
All right.
will
What about
ensure
the
that
child?
he has his privacy from you as well.
Oh, she wouldn't. She would be at the door, like.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of like
Shut.
security.
And then as he walks in the door, he'll stop at the door and he'll just say, "Put your headphones in, Teddy."
She pulls out 2 sets of headphones because I assume Julian followed her, and she.
Yep.
And passed with this too.
Okay, because this is perfect, he makes an Evan Peters face when he puts the headphones on. Julian does.
Of course.
So, Lucian,
Which was
Teddy,
really
Julian following Antique down to the basement where the food presumably is being provided. Okay. John, are you following everyone else? Do you want to go up and get some rest? What are you doing?
Well, this was supposed to be a private party. Everybody who's not really involved should go upstairs.
Sure.
Well, there you have
Either
your
way, really. Sorry, what was that?
There you have your answer, I guess.
Okay. Heading upstairs to the living quarters. We'll say Eclipse and Amarantha go with John, and everyone is able to find their own private, light-sealed sleeping quarters for the evening. Before resting for the evening, we'll say Amarantha pulls you close, Eclipse, and just holds you for the longest time.
Very gay.
She kind of looks up at her. Do you want to just share a room? I have no qualms about it.
Yes, I assumed. Maybe I shouldn't have. I'm still weary.
That's fair. I mean, you were stuck at a hospital for a while. And I thought I did something wrong.
Oh, I never. It's only happened a handful of times, but Torpor is terrifying. You're still aware of everything that happens to you while you're. You can hear people, but you can't respond. I heard
Well-
you. I heard my father trying to save me. And I wanted to reach out so bad, but I couldn't.
Well, luckily, your father's blood is the one that helped you. More so than mine, but I was willing to try.
Thank you. And she'll give you a kiss.
And she'll kiss her back.
Just one.
Well, there
Yeah,
may
we
be
say
multiple
black.
later. Yep.
Yeah.
Get it, lesbians.
Fic forthcoming, we'll say. All right, John, finding your own quarters. Do you do anything before you get some rest?
I'll pull out my what is considered to Teddy an antique phone and just look at anything about what happened earlier today at the fashion show, information-wise, photos, video streams, anything that would confirm that we were there.
All right. It's not hard to find. The scream sheets are very active tonight. Terror at Invoke Fashion Show. You see a couple articles, mostly talking about the chaos that ensued afterward. The VIP party had to be shut down at a moment's notice. No new guests were allowed in as the grisly murder scene was cleared away. As you're searching for the bottom of the article, you find a note from the author that says, Police Chief Ryden Snow has established a hotline for any information would be helpful to Force. Anyone with information about what happened is welcome to call in, but as far as evidence that you all were there, it seems to have been meticulously scrubbed. Phaedra is described as deceased, but authorities are baffled as to how it happened.
I'll open a new text message and write a specific chief. And
Okay.
I'll write, I did what I had to do. Thank you.
Looking out for you, rookie. Anything else before John gets some rest?
I'll put my gun up to my side. Just keeping my hand on it. I'll just go into a very, very peaceful rest for once.
Nice. All right. Down to the basement. Antique, Lucy, and Teddy. Teddy with headphones and Julian with headphones.
Which also would have been really cute because Jules is like 6'2", and she's putting his earphones in his ear, and she's 5 foot. So,
Yep.
Wow.
imagine that.
Yep. Giving him a little head pat too, just like climbing up his shoulder to give him a head
Oh, yeah, she climbed him like a tree.
All right, we reached the basement floor. There are several. It looks like a hotel floor, to be fair. There are several rooms branching off one to the next. We'll say that toward the end of the hallway, there is a solo streamer.
No.
That poor boy.
Screw it. Playing Helldivers, why not? He's just streaming.
For democracy, brothers. Helldivers 6.
That's adorable.
All right, he's all by his lonesome. That is one option, or you could check the other doors.
Let me just poke into the other rooms, just checking who's there still.
Sure. Antique, you find one pair. There's two people streaming. There's a couple more solos. There's one trio gaming, which is very loud and obnoxious. It's a good thing these walls are soundproofed. They're like shouting a lot. They're getting a lot of victory royales on Fortnite.
Avenger has standards.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, how much do you need? They are very loud.
No,
One. Okay.
one will
Which is
suffice.
something, right? Was there another solo one which I might not like as much?
Another solo is playing Minecraft.
All right,
Love.
let's go by the game because I can't decide which one. Minecraft
Minecraft or Helldivers?
Are the walls soundproof?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yep.
I will take
That-
whichever one Antique has least feelings for.
I think the Minecraft too because I didn't
Yeah.
text him directly.
Yeah.
Okay. So,
And
For flavor,
Can I just at the door be like,
You knock at the door. Opening it, you get a gentle whiff of buffalo sauce.
Of course you do.
oh my god, I'm so sorry. It's pre-flavored. I'm so sorry. Hi. You know the drill?
He'll take his headphones off. What?
The usual, but I have a friend this time.
Yeah, come on in. He's distracted. Waves without looking up at you, like, yeah, come on in. Just
can you
one
stop
hand
the
still
stream,
trying to
please? Okay, he's not actually streaming.
Hey guys,
right?
I'm going on break.
Okay.
I'll be right back. Boop. Break stream. It's getting a little meta.
Okay, I'm making sure that he's actually not keep
off.
streaming. Everything's off. Blah blah blah.
There's like a separate TV that has a be right back screen on.
Yeah.
And yes, he pulls out his phone. Maybe he's not really like looking up at you. It's like, yeah, you want to just whenever.
Yeah. That's my friend.
There's no need for introductions.
No.
Yeah. What he said, he's like scrolling Instagram, not really paying attention to the way that he's on his phone.
He's busy.
Good night, Auntie.
I mean, okay. You guys good? Can I leave you?
Teddy's on the side of the door. Jules is on the other side of the door. Headphones are on, and the music is going.
All right.
And she just does a little thank you, just wears it along her face, which is very confused about what's happening right now.
All right.
Smiles at him and walks out.
Yeah, no problem.
You can set the mood lighting over there and some music as you like.
Good night, Antique.
Yeah, that ain't that deep. He's like,
your bed's upstairs, or not bed, your room, whatever you prefer, is upstairs. Just I'll tell Teddy and then. Okay. Bye. Then she walks out, closes the door, shut.
Closes the door. Lucian has some privacy. How do you want to go about doing this?
I think he just stands behind him for about 10 minutes.
Okay.
Just looking deep in contemplative thought. And then just to add a little bit of fun flavor, as the 2134 equivalent of the iPod shuffles outside to Make Your Own Kind of Music by Mama Cass.
God.
Lucian.
It's so bad.
Lucian drinks this person dry.
All the way to Hunger Zero, okay?
To Hunger Zero, which kills him.
It's interesting. I've heard a theory that, depending on the size of the human, the consistency of the blood might taste differently to vampires. It's a bit like his blood has the texture of slow churned ice cream.
Oh,
it's thick. It's harder to pour, but it feels indulgent, especially if you're killing him dead.
Which he does. And then he'll stand above the body for a solid minute and a half. And then he'll bare his fangs. He'll cut his hand on his fangs and place his hand upon the forehead of the body. I'm going to make a rouse check for what comes next.
Mm-hmm.
Which I get a 10. Perfect.
Nice.
Nice.
So I stay at Hunger Zero as I use Ashes to Ashes.
All right. Yeah, why not? I'll make you do the roll. Stamina and Oblivion, please.
Okay. So that's 3 and 2. So pool of 5. Oh, okay. That is 2 6s, an 8, a 9, and a 10.
5 successes. It doesn't take long. This completely pale corpse disintegrates becoming nothing but ashes in mere seconds, it seems.
And
Until
I
there's no trace.
dust my hands off, straighten my jacket. I'll walk over and I'll just end stream.
Oh God, I just wanted to say that. Thank you so much. Oh.
And then I'll leave and I'll go rest.
Amazing. Okay. Exiting the room, Teddy, you might see Lucian's cheeks look a little flushed after he fed.
You good?
As good as I need to be for this. Yes.
All right then. Is it
All
safe
right.
for us to get back up there?
When I left, I would have asked you to, or asked if you want to drink, but since you guys probably want to stay at the door, so unless you guys are like after that, maybe, but I assume you're okay.
Oh, Teddy would have wanted one after, but she wouldn't have done it before he was done.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so Julian is also feeds the way that you do, Teddy, so you would have the option of feeding from.
Oh my God, do you do the
Bags or
thing
bottles?
where you have the bottle each and you...
Oh no.
Double fist.
Yeah.
Oh no, don't say that. That's even worse. Please, no. No. Bridget, no. Stop it.
No, we just need to get Teddy one of those hats that has... I can have them like that.
Yes. Oh my God.
Well, I guess
No,
I have
I
to
feel like
to
she
deal
would
with
have
it
done
next
that
week.
She would have absolutely given him the hat.
She is a straw girly. She likes her
Nice.
glass straws.
Yeah. All right. How much hunger are you looking to take off, Teddy?
I'm only at 2, so I can only get down to 1.
Okay, just taking 1 hunger off.
Yeah.
Let's see. All right, Julian goes down to hunger 1. And anything you want to do before we get some rest?
I would have gone
yes.
to my boy.
Okay.
I do have a swift feeder now, so I would have just nibbled on his neck for a second and licked my finger and closed the wound again, so you don't actually see anything. Obviously, I would have have him pause the stream for a sec, stuff like that.
Be right back. Sip, sip.
Be right back. Sip, sip. And then you
walk
don't
in
even
and
see anything.
you walk in and he's just going, but until then, as we like to say around these parts, Oyasumanasai.
God.
Shout out to Phoenix Iwagi.
Hey, I guess you're an NPC before you become a vampire.
Cute.
That's amazing. All right, going down to hunger 1, Antique.
Yeah.
All right.
And I would have tried to find my sire. Just a
Sure.
quick check-in.
All right.
If not, it's fine in the morning. That's okay too. He knows we're resting, so.
Taking the elevator back up, you would recall that Killian's office is on the top floor. As you're riding the elevator, you get a text. Come see me tomorrow when we wake with evening's freshness.
Good to me. Also, thanks.
Good night, dear.
Also, fuck you, but whatever. See you tomorrow.
All right. And you find a place to rest. Teddy, anything before you find your rest?
She would probably talk to Lucian, because she's still pretty worked up about the creepy voice.
Sure.
Dad,
Hmm.
I don't know what's going on, and I'm scared.
Good. If you weren't scared, I'd be very worried. Being scared is how we keep going. It's when we stop being scared that things go bad.
I'm more scared now than ever before.
I don't know what the plan is, but I think it has to do with me. And I'm worried. I don't want to die.
Believe me, if there's anything that I have to do with it, you won't. And you should know that.
I do.
We've handled some shit in the past. We've weathered the storms that have been thrown at us. This is just the latest. Does it seem worse? Of course it does. Is this...
Bigger.
Yes, of course it's bigger. This is bigger than all of us, I find. But curiously, we do seem to keep cropping up at the center.
Like cockroaches. They never seem to die.
Nothing lasts forever. But we can certainly try.
I got a weird text before everything happened. You remember that netrunner I was telling you about? The one
You
that can
hate...
give me a run for my money?
I was going to say, you hate a lot of netrunners. I was going to ask you to be more specific, but yes.
The one that's as good as I am.
No one's as good as you. They can get close, but they're not as good.
She told me asked me if I checked all the children. Who am I missing?
In what context?
There wasn't any. Just said, have you checked on all the children?
When did you get this message?
At the hospital still.
Other children. Well, you see him pulls his phone out. When's the last time... No, in fact, he's going to send a message out in the group chat directed at the twins. Just saying check in.
Takes a few moments. You get a selfie of Serenity and Trinity together on Trinity's couch. Looks like it's movie night.
Just send a heart emoji back. It's not from our circle.
Then who are we missing?
Children.
There was my sister from back in Vegas.
Hmm. Didn't Nemo have a child?
Yeah,
What were they called? Can you remember?
Alice. Both of them come back to me in some way or another.
Have you spoken to either of them lately?
Desiree's been off. Both of them are tied to Nemo, too. Desiree's his sire, and Alice is his daughter. Jude certainly liked to pick us so that we were all together. But we haven't seen her since Jude disappeared. And I haven't heard from Nemo about Alice in a while.
Then I guess we have our next leads. One step at a time, as always.
Step at a time.
I'm trying to follow up on one of my own.
Yeah, how'd your trip go?
I'm not even sure at this point. I need to follow up on it.
How bad is it?
I don't even know yet. But desperate times, desperate measures.
True.
And if anyone has knowledge of anything going on here, it's him. Problem is, I owe him a favor, and I need his help. So that's something to navigate. My flirtations can only go so far.
At least he likes you. Maybe. Maybe. It's worked for us.
I'm not good at these conversations.
Neither am I.
I know, that's what makes this even worse. I reached out and... Well, I actually ordered him to come and help us. And he seemed to respond, but not made an appearance yet, perhaps tomorrow. But I do have questions, and... Well, we'll see if he still likes me after I've spoken to him. He might not appreciate my tone, but there is a tone of urgency to things.
Yeah, just watch the mean tone that you use when you need me to do something right now.
Oh, like when I call you Theodora.
Yeah, don't do that.
Oh no.
Then stay in line.
What fun is that? You know better.
Look, you can have as much fun as you want when we survive this.
If we survive.
That kind of attitude gets us nowhere, Theodora.
Lucy.
Joke's on you. I'm into that now.
No.
And he walks away.
Like, no.
And he walks away.
She storms and slams the door as she's going.
Julian just knocks at your door. Excuse me?
Does one of these. It was my nickname first.
Don't forget about me. It's 90 minutes until the sun comes up. Let me in.
Oh, she walked over to her room. She had left Jules over there. She had gone. Wait, who?
I'm picturing she walks into her room, slams the door, and leaves Julian on the other side, and he's like, "Let me in." Let me in.
Probably.
Like a cat wanting to get in.
Yeah.
And then she's like, sorry.
Thank you. Let's get some rest. It's been a trying night.
It's
all right. It's before we take our break. Lucian, you head toward your accommodations and you reach for the door. In a split second, a figure materializes right next to you. It's him. Well, I assumed you'd changed locations since your text, but I had no idea it would be such a high-profile building like this.
I'll open the door and I'll gesture my hand for him to walk in first, and I'll just say, "Desperate times, meine Liebe."
Okay, yeah. And presumably fade to black. As we have our first long rest in a game of Vampire the Masquerade.
Oh my goodness!
Oh my god. Shit's getting real.
Yeah, we didn't do that once last series.
look at
Yeah, we did not rest once. That was like a whole night and 4 episodes. So we'll talk about what a long rest looks like in Vampire after we take our break.
Oh, hi, QJs. Sorry to interrupt your broadcast. It's me. I've been here the whole time. Oh, wait, no, that's Sam Reich, not me. Just a quick little thing just to say, if you haven't done so already, can I do this yet? Just squeeze my finger down here. This little follow and subscribe. Give that a little shot. Because we here at Quest Junkies need your support. And as a special little extra thing, if you have an Amazon Prime account, you get 1 free Prime subscription every single month that you can give to one of your favorite creators. And we here at Question Keys would be thrilled if you would consider lending us your Prime subscription. Or just a normal subscription if you fancy that. You will get access to lots of fancy emotes and things like that, and you will be helping Question Keys with their content creation, supporting us in our future creative endeavors, which basically accounts to bringing you more memes, you know, that kind that you love, in the form of comedic yet sometimes arousing storytelling. Yeah, that sounds about right. So yes, if you haven't done so already, please do consider giving us a follow and a subscribe. And yes, I will stop interrupting your fantastic Question Keys content. What's on at the minute? Oh, this is a good one. It's an oldie but a goodie. Yeah, enjoy. Oh, Bad and the Beautiful, even better. Yeah, go check that out. It's really, really cool. So yeah, until next time, friends.
I think waking up will go in a certain order for reasons. If we just jump back into it, then we'll start with John.
Yeah.
You hear a knock at the door.
For the first time, I actually wake up surprisingly okay. I put my hair up and I go towards the door and open it up slowly enough, but with purpose. Raise an eyebrow.
You see a familiar face. Slightly older, a bit taller. Someone that was once a mentor to you. Riding Snow, Chief of Police.
Well, I would say good morning, but yeah, you know what?
Yeah.
Good morning.
Evening. He'll tip his police-issued uniform hat. We got business to discuss.
Sorry about that.
It's.
I mean, come in. Yeah.
The heat is intense, and he'll come in.
Can I offer you anything, or just take a seat. It's fine. Sorry. It's been a rough day.
My shift starts in a couple minutes. I just wanted to stop by and talk to you for a bit.
Yeah, of course.
And he is going to pull up an article on his phone that you just researched yourself yesterday about the 3 puddles of red mist out in the Badlands. So, we got the human brass to contend with, but the word is that Tremere might know something about what's going on again with that. Not saying they were responsible for that fashion show thing, but they would know about the cult shit that's going on, and scrolls through. He maybe pulls up another article that Antique previously found. Okay. I think your best bet is going to be going to talk to them out in the Badlands. And I would do it, but I gotta make it. I put in appearances.
No, I understand.
Show my face. Yeah.
And to be fair, it was also kind of my fault. It went to absolute shit.
No one could have predicted what was happening there. I don't think it's anyone's fault. That was some crazy shit. I think, it's just so complicated. Kindred business, it's all shadowy, apocalypse theories, cult people. It's all big fucking headache that I can't really send anybody official after.
That's an understatement.
It's all got to be kind of off the record, you dig?
Okay. Do you have a specific place to go, or?
Yeah, place out in the Badlands where He's going to describe something to the effect of a nomad camp.
Okay.
And he'll give you like precise coordinates on your phone, but yeah, you know, that'll come with your usual finder's fee, let's call it.
Understood.
He's just talking about paying you discreetly under the table.
Mm-hmm.
But, you know, stay in touch. I should probably get going. Traffic is brutal this time of night. Yeah. But good looking out, kid.
Either way,
low profile.
For what you did.
No sweat. See you around, kid. You will head for the door. And
spent there for a minute just reflecting and mentally preparing myself for what is going to be a shit show. The Badlands are not a fun place to be around. And as good as my mood was, within 5 minutes, that mood is sinking, and I'm starting to feel back to normal, Jen.
Like you a grumpy bastard.
It was nice for a moment not to see 50% of my view. I'll open the door and I'll make my way to whatever common area probably is, and I'll just...
Yeah, it's fair to say there's a lounge area reserved for living quarters. Not totally secure. There's some humans, some other kindred there, but yeah, you're welcome to wait there for everybody.
I'll take a quiet corner and kind of take my gun apart to clean it, that kind of idea, to inspect it. I mean, it's been fired, so I'll just do that.
All right. Let's see. Eclipse. You and Amarantha awaken in one another's embrace. No new messages from anybody, but Amarantha reaches for her phone and just says, I'm assuming there's probably a brand new group chat among these lovely bunch of coterie. And sends a text, we'll be down in 20.
John will look at that and just raise his eyebrows and just okay.
Sweaty girls.
Just girls being girls.
Lucien will respond with, I taught you better than that. Make it 30.
I don't.
And he's doing the eye shift, the ones where
eye
they're
emoji, eye emoji, eye emoji. You get a tap back response of a thumbs up.
Fireworks. Wait. Is this?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. All right. Next, Teddy. Your accommodations were there's only one bed, so
you would give me one bed trope. Thank you.
I'm gonna say that Julian brings those striped pajamas everywhere he goes, and they're full button up, pocket and drawstring, and yeah, he looks like a sleepy teddy bear.
Oh no.
Fitting.
We'll have Teddy, who is in her crop top and no pants and just what?
In the pocket of those pajamas is probably a little toiletry kit with a little toothbrush that's never been used and dental floss. Yeah.
Pocket protector.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Probably.
Yeah.
Oh, the sweet boy.
He'll give an adorable sleepy yawn and just, did you rest did you sleep all right?
I mean, it wasn't any worse than any other night.
Did you get anything to eat?
Yeah. I think.
Did you? That's me asking.
We didn't explicitly say that she did, but we did say that she was going after the. No, Teddy wouldn't have. Because we didn't actually do it. She said she would and then forgot about it.
Teddy forgets. That's canon. She forgets.
She forgets to eat.
I think he knows you enough at this point to just say, well, you should eat something.
I'm not hungry.
Aren't you?
No.
I'm gonna need you to roll me charisma and subterfuge. I'm gonna have him contest this.
Charisma, what is my charisma? 2, and what's subterfuge? 2.
It's the vampire equivalent of a deception check.
I need 5 dices. Don't fail me now. Okay.
Okay. Alright.
Okay. That's 3 successes and 2 fails.
You got 4.
Oopsie.
I know it's horribly inconvenient, but you really should eat something. I want you to be safe and be able to take care of yourself.
Okay.
I'll say that Julian would have taken some initiative and sought out Antique for a couple of bottles of blood, so he would pull out one with a green sticker on the lid. Do you intend to drink from this bottle?
Yes, and she would sip at it, like absent-mindedly sipping, not like actually like a normal person would eat. Like she's a bird. She just nibbles.
Okay. Going down to Hunger 1, I presume?
Eventually, yeah. When she finishes the bottle, eventually. Maybe.
I'm gonna need you to make me a dice pool of 4 to roll a willpower check.
Okay, great. 2 zeros, an 8, and a 3.
All right, 5 successes. This leaves you feeling content, not in a way that would suggest mania, as Teddy knows it, but you feel calmer and more steady after you finish this bottle, and go down to 1.
Okay.
And anything else before we move on?
She would actually put on clothes before she leaves.
Fair. All right.
And she would give him a good old ribbon about wearing pajamas. What are you doing?
They're practical. They're sensible.
What are you talking about?
Well, I have them in my briefcase. He pulls out your briefcase.
Jules!
Briefcase wanker.
Jules,
I like to be neat and organized.
Have you met me? Have you seen my place? At least next time, no shirt. The buttons. Why do you need buttons on your shirt?
He's practically the shirt that he's wearing, he's swimming in. So he's like, well, I get sort of shy. His hair falls on his face as he says
At this point, she's still standing without her pants on, and she's like...
The room where we last saw Antique enter into, who comes out of that room?
This. No purple hair anymore. It looks, more like her actual clan, so a bit more rebellious.
All right.
And she's actually walking to the office first.
Off to do your broadcast or see Killian?
Killian first.
Killian is behind his desk, swirling a coffee mug, which does not have coffee in it. He sips and leaves behind a little blood mustache.
She literally just walks over and slides onto the... leaning in. So.
Well, you're looking well after last night.
Yeah. Quite nice downstairs. Big bites. Oh, you mean the hospital? Oh, sorry, yeah. That was a shit show.
Oh, no doubt, but that's not what I wanted to talk to you about. See, there have been uprisings of not Bruja uprisings. He goes on to explain that there have been a few rebel factions forming among kindred that are closely associated with the Camarilla are now revolting and flocking to the Badlands in droves. And he concludes this explanation with, I would like you to follow the chaos out to the desert.
I like.
And report back to me anything you see, anything that might be interesting, and perhaps I can send along a car for you if you'd like to take your own car for a spin. Maybe you need to change rides after some of your associates getting in the line of fire. You might need a getaway vehicle, which I'm happy to provide.
I end up liking them,
Yes, they seem like a wonderful coterie.
Let's say it like this. If push comes to shove, obviously. But if I can take them with me, I would.
Oh, they're welcome to come along. Those flying cars must seat about 8 or 10, or hell, if you upgrade to the luxury size, 15 to 20. Bring the whole gang. It'll be like a fun party.
Yeah. Anything else I need to know?
Well, I'll make sure you're stocked up. I see we had a dip in our stores, but only the best.
Nice.
He leads off with one of those ha 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 ha.
Perfect.
All right.
So, quick question. I didn't know Eclipse Master.
Oh, Shade. Yes, he's shadowy, I guess his name would imply, but he only makes an appearance for business, I find. You pay him to do jobs, and then he'll find you. You offer him money, and he will find you.
Oh. Should I stir the pot a bit, or are we keeping the pot?
Well, do you have a job that needs fixing? Well, if you're wanting to lure the man out of hiding, you could always pretend to have business that needs tending to.
I don't know.
Think on it. If I have any ideas, I'll let you know. The studio. Yes, were you going to do your broadcast?
Yeah, that was my question. Should I?
The floor is all yours, my
not the other one.
Fire away.
All right, cool. Oh, we'll see. I'll check in with the others.
All right, keep me posted now.
Nighty night. Or
ta-ta. Good evening.
Good evening. And she heads down to the others, where the others are, hopefully. And when she walks in, she's doing this, let me show you around, maybe play you a sound, and then it turns into a husband melody instead of a cancel.
Last but not least,
Dad.
Lucian and Acheron. We'll leave it to the audience's interpretation how the two of you wake up, but one way or another, enjoying coffee as the moon rises by the balcony. We'll say the two of you had a rather long conversation. He tried to fill in what gaps that he could. He did name the cult.
Ooh.
With the symbol.
Ooh.
The Cult of the Resurrection, implying that it started as a group of toreadors, but in order to last this long, they would have had to have had help from an outside source, either providing their funding or basically wielding them as for some higher purpose. They are a collective being sent to do various jobs. It's distressing to Acheron that they're gathering now, because their ambition seems to be about furthering Gehenna. This is something else that he names. This is the theory that the antediluvians are moments away from being awoken from their slumber, at which point they will rise up from deep within the earth to slaughter all kindred, leaving no trace, and thus the flood will begin. Because the Cult of the Resurrection is working to further these ambitions, Acheron suspects this is to be the dealings of the Sabbat, which is troubling news indeed, because the Sabbat's agenda is to further Gehenna by any means necessary, because they believe themselves to be soldiers of Cain. They do not support the Camaria's traditions, they reject them outright. They don't really ally themselves with the Anarchs either. They are their own force of nature to be reckoned with, and they are militant in their precision to execute what is necessary, whether that be a job or an obstacle, in order to bring about Gehenna, the end of all things, so that life can begin anew from after the flood. And given the length of this talk, Lucian, you wake up the next evening, and what are you thinking? What are you feeling about everything that you've just learned?
It's interesting because Lucian has never been one for prophecies and even just religion in general. It was one of the reasons why him and his sire would often have disputes. I think at one point he would probably, bring up his sire in conversation. So say, towards the end of the conversation. Acheron, you knew him, Lennox. How disappointed in me do you think he would be, a man of such boldened and proud traditions, and I have completely uprooted everything that he stood for?
Well, the opinion of one so paranoid and mad with his quest for power to establish a name for himself, even in a place like Versailles in the 1600s, I wouldn't put too much stock in one so archaic, and besides, from what you have told me, he is long gone. You have done remarkable things in the way of establishing yourself, but the point is you do not let it go to your head. You are ever humble, as they say.
I suppose you could say that. And your opinion of myself, not my accomplishments, of me.
Not only do you cut a dashing figure, you have a fierce loyalty to all those you are closest to. something I admire. Loyalty, I find, is the currency of our realm, far more than blood.
Which is precisely why I'm counting on you to remember that, because while it is I that owes you a favor, I think we both know how this is going to end, and when it does, I'm going to be counting on your loyalty.
Semantics of our arrangement aside, I have a vested interest in ensuring your survival, so for now, consider our arrangement null and void. If there is any information I can provide, of course I am willing to do this.
There is nothing null and void about us, Acheron.
He smiles, but doesn't confirm or deny. Might I assure you that my interest in your survival is not purely for the information you will one day provide.
Of course, I just want you to be prepared, because I appreciate your longing for my survival, but we're talking about the Flood, Antediluvians, Gehenna, and everything circles around me and Teddy. Even someone as learned as you has to accept the fact that my survival is unlikely at best.
Well, you must understand, most kindred are petty. Perhaps they're targeting you because you simply interrupted a ritual a century ago and they want their petty little revenges. And besides, Gehenna is an apocalypse that many have tried to hasten, but in our history, none have been successful so far.
I have never heard of someone of our kind so petty that they would wait over 100 years to settle a petty grievance. This is not about that ritual. There's more to this.
A dark look crosses his eyes. I imagine if my sire were still around, he would have waited 200 years to exact his revenge on me for escaping him the way that I... Never underestimate the power of pettiness, because pride go before a very long fall.
It's a valid point.
Many of us are prideful to a fault, of course, but my sire was one such individual who would not tolerate slights against his character, and if these kindred that are involved in the cult are at all similar, then I imagine they did not take kindly to the slight either, especially if they have previously targeted your child and now 100 years later are going after her again. Perhaps they have some false sense of entitlement. Perhaps they were sacrificing Amarantha for a reason, even if it was a reason so silly and foolish as she had the same name as their antediluvian they were trying to awaken. He chuckles a bit. Don't you find most kindred suck?
Do you know why she keeps the name Amarantha? And why I insist upon it, even after all these years?
I do not.
I'm just going to enjoy this moment for a second, because I know something you don't know. But allow me to educate you. Its original meaning is everlasting flower. I like to put emphasis on everlasting.
Well, Perhaps this emphasis should not just be reserved for your child. Perhaps it should be reserved for you as well.
I'll put a hand on the side of his cheek. You are very kind. And I would hate to miss you. But, you know me, I'm very careful. If this is the last time we speak, if things go poorly, I would have settled for you. At the end of it all.
He chuckles faintly and he takes your hand and holds it close. I know not what is set to transpire, but understand that I will not be far away again. I will be close by should you have need of me. And he'll press a kiss to your palm.
And Lucian will get ready and we'll go to meet the others.
You know, he'll get ready, and unless you tell him otherwise, he's gonna stick around.
If his intentions are to stick around, then as we both prepare to leave the room, I'll stop and I'll turn around and I'll put a finger to his lip as he goes to say something. In the words of a very interesting character. Do not go far from me.
Consider it then. From here, everyone makes their way toward the common area of the radio station.
And Acheron gets added to the group chat.
The family one.
Yes.
Please start waggling as soon as she sees the two of them. She's just like,
Ooh, okay. Everyone apart from one of you, because as the rest of you gather in the common area, music is often playing in this building, but all of you would gather to hear the tail end of a broadcast with a familiar voice. Antique's voice. Perhaps slightly distorted through a voice changer, but it's recognizable given that you've all been spending a lot of time together. And she concludes her broadcast, change is coming. Stay ready. Rebel. It takes approximately 10 minutes after the broadcast is concluded for Antique to join everybody.
Also, quickly, since we have Joey, we won't have him in the trunk, obviously. So I would have shown him the way to the bar.
Yes.
And it's like a mixed radio station hotel thing. We have a bar. There's sometimes live music, so he had a room, whatever. But he's occupied. The bartender is keeping an eye on him. So.
Oh yeah. I'll say that as the broadcast concludes, some music comes on, probably like something rock and roll edgy, and he just does one of these without his instruments, just at the bar.
I suppose at some point Lucian will probably have to introduce Acheron to the group.
True.
He will do, and he'll probably look at Joey and say, "That is Mr. Joey LeBond. Pay no mind. You will thank me for it."
I may have bought one of my nephews one of his albums.
Then you have supported his endeavors in music more than I. I congratulate you.
Wow.
rude, Dad.
Fair enough, though.
I don't need to purchase music. I just get Teddy to acquire it for me.
He laughs behind his hand. Just,
True.
and he would introduce himself to the rest of the group by the simple name Acheron.
And he looks like Liam O'Brien in a white shirt and suspenders.
I don't want to bring down the mood, but I was visited this morning by a certain someone, a friend of mine, delivering some good and some bad news. Good news, whatever we did at the fashion show is contained. Bad news, I more or less have been sent to the Badlands to make some problems less worse or worse. I don't know. It is gonna suck. That's what I do know.
What kind of problems?
Yesterday, between our adventures, I looked up some articles and I found nothing but trouble.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that one too.
And it seems that that is pretty much my end stop as far as that adventure goes.
Who do we need to reach out to?
Oh, I don't know. That's the problem. I pretty much have been just asked to just make it disappear.
Did they give you a clan? Who's affected?
As far as I know, it's a nomad clan that is involved. Do I have a specific one?
You were told the Tremere would be the most likely to talk to out in the Badlands because they would help the transition into the nomad territory.
Yeah. I'll
say
convey that.
John, you would be aware that nomad territory would include what remains of the Gangrel clan.
Okay.
Teddy, what were you saying about pieces falling into place everywhere?
Well, if we have Tremeres that we're reaching out to, we know one. A very prominent one.
We do.
And she pulls out her phone and goes, Indiegogo!
You get an equally inscrutable nickname back, Teddy, with a lot of Y's. E.
The fact that she does Indiegogo, just, hey, friendo, might be coming your direction if you can meet me in the Badlands with Dad and a few new friends. Also, what have you guys been doing? You haven't been doing any rituals?
You get a series of key smashes at first. Indigo's like, it's a lot to talk about over text, but long story short, I lead the Tremeres now.
What the fuck?
It's such a long story. I'm gonna kill Kadir when I see him again. Capital kill Kadir.
So douchebag doing douchebag things. I'm familiar with that.
Yeah, you get it. Like, come on out. She'll drop you a pin. It leads you to somewhere in the Eastern Badlands. It's a bit of a drive.
Cool. See you in a bit.
Teddy,
I got us into the Badlands, so.
Well, that was a lot easier than I was expecting it to be, but thank you nonetheless.
You know, connections.
Have you been out there?
Me? No. God, no. What about me screams that I would go out there?
I don't know. You came from Vegas. I don't know what you guys did before you arrived here. I'm looking at Lucian.
Pretty much. We did enough.
We did a lot.
Yeah.
But my contacts go back to Vegas, and hey, Dad, Indiegogo runs the Tremere clan now.
Well, that's certainly a surprise, but a welcome one to be sure.
Yes, agreed. Especially if there's something weird going on, because she can help.
I'll say Joey overhears this and makes a full spin in his bar chair going, go, 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 go.
I'll just put my finger up towards him. No. No. Just no. And if you want me to roll for intimidation, I happily do that.
Joey grumbles a bit, but he's not going to fight you or anything. Joey's going to Joey. I think that's the lesson here.
That's a t-shirt.
Yeah,
Joey's going to Joey.
Yep.
I was just watching everything and just smirking and shaking her head. What the fuck?
I have zero patience for Joey LeBondage.
Well, I suppose I'm
So,
not...
to be fair, he's really entertaining when you get to know him. Sure, he has his quirks, but he's worth knowing.
So what's the plan, by the way?
Well, I'm just thinking, I'm not really outfitted for the Badlands, so...
We have stuff here. I mean, basically tell me what you need. We have different clothing for different sets, so...
I don't know what I need. I'm going to need an outside opinion on that.
Expect
Should we do a little montage scene?
Joey's gonna look to the unseen fourth wall and go, "It's time for a fashion montage."
Joey, no. And at this point, I'll actually like grab towards my holster and just very clearly indicate that I will shoot him.
Hetty has
Leave him alone.
hand on hers. And it's like,
Yeah?
Doing it again.
go ahead and try.
Anyway, besides clothing, what you guys want? We have some resources here.
Food would be good for the road.
Mm-hmm.
Should I have a weapon? I've only ever handled a weapon once. I did use it to blast a rather unreasonable person's genitalia from his body.
Ooh. Nasty.
Yeah, he shot that guy in the dick.
I see we went full RoboCop. Cool.
It was effective.
To be fair,
It tends to be.
dick.
Yeah.
It was not.
No, I said he was a real big dick, not that he had one.
I'm just saying, you could have pumped some loads into his ass instead.
Definitely afterwards it wasn't.
Throw back to Joey Lamont, Bad and the Beautiful.
Yeah, it is. Let's see. I think
While we're doing this and we're discussing and we're doing the fashion montage, Teddy's also going to reach out to another Bad and the Beautiful contact.
okay.
By a certain MySpace page that she knows that is there.
It will just not die. That stupid website.
Okay.
Tom lives forever.
She's one of the friends on that, like, she's not a picture, just like the profile that doesn't exist. That's like TLDR, and it's it's Mr. No One, Mr. Nobody. Hi.
Okay, you get a message back. It's been so long. How are you?
In the thick of it. Have you heard from Alice lately?
Yes, she. You get a series of like the bubble of someone starting to type and then stopping, starting to type and then stopping. You eventually learn that Alice turned 24 and decided to get her embrace. Alice is a Malkavian now.
Oh, snap.
Who's for sire?
Nemo is.
It is Nemo? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Keep it in the family.
Just one straight line.
Is she with you, or where is she?
She found Vegas too oppressive, but she stays in touch. Last I heard, Northern California, close to Oregon. San Francisco, maybe?
How far away from Night City is that?
Night City is in Central California. It's about 6 hours by car.
Like Morro Bay.
Yeah, pretty much.
Drop me info to reach out to her.
Sure. He'll. A link appears like someone tried to share a contact from an iPhone to an Android. He deletes the message and types out her information. You get an email address, not a MySpace profile link, but Yeah, you get an email address. That's what you get.
She's just going to immediately email her and be like, hey, where are you at? It's Ted.
Email takes a bit longer to respond to, so we'll say like about 30 minutes later you get a response.
Really at the end of the montage of the fashion
At
show.
the end of the montage.
Yeah.
So if Lucian is going out to the Badlands, what does the desert outfit look like?
I mean, Lucian has no ideas, so he's looking for people to make the decision for him. Against his better judgment.
I just picture Miss khaki shorts and a crop top.
No, we don't want to make Acheron blush.
In this, she's like, combat boots.
Yes.
Cred.
I don't do
Put my foot down.
combat. What about me says combat?
It's not about you, She immediately like props her foot up on the table and is like,
I also don't think you have much of a choice, Lucian.
Next you'll be saying I need to cut my hair.
no, we'll just have a run.
No.
Acheron,
That's not gonna last.
man bun. Oh my god, man bun.
Do not make me consider fucking diablerie. I have not lived this long. I will not sink low enough to subject myself to a man bun.
No.
Okay, first off,
Here's the thing.
No offense.
You asked, we're going into a desert. Do you want to be hot? Because you're going to be hot if you don't put it.
I could always braid his hair. I mean, I could braid his hair. I'm good at that.
Right? Oh,
Bridget, how much temperature difference do we actually experience?
it's desert.
it's desert. Yeah. It's going to be dry.
And it's nighttime.
It's nighttime. It's cold.
It's nighttime, true.
So it's going to be either
less of a dry heat. Probably like evening breezes too. So,
I mean, you can always be yourself. Just, back in the day, the mafia bosses always be. It doesn't matter.
And will pipe up. Just slightly more sensible footwear, perhaps.
Like combat boots.
Nothing wrong with that.
I mean, if Julian is still wearing like hospital attire, I'll look down at the bloody
loafers,
Crocs, the hospital given Crocs, which I have to wear at work. That are the worst things in the world. I'll just be like, you do not talk to me about sensible footwear, you poor soul. You poor sweet summer child.
Eclipse is gonna pipe up. I mean, I could always braid your hair so at least it stays out of the way.
That sounds tactically efficient. Let's go with that.
Cool.
Rude. You couldn't have just let me play with your hair.
He sheepishly takes off his coat. I was gonna get changed anyway.
Lucian looks at Teddy's hair and then just looks at looks at Teddy like, yes.
Why? I wasn't gonna do anything with it except put it in a ponytail.
I'm not a pony. I don't know what a ponytail is.
Oh, are you sure? Are you sure you? And she does this between him and Acheron. Are
and
you
I look,
sure you
I look at
know what a
Acheron.
ponytail is?
I look at Acheron and I say, "It's quite fun winding her up."
Are you ladies done chattering here? As much fun as we're having, the Badlands are called Badlands for a reason. They will not take it light on you.
Good thing we have an inn then. And guns.
Bridget, could I have trolled or scrolled? However we do this, it could be in the classes or on a different device. Just look through the chatter in the dark web.
Oh, the scream sheets.
The scream sheets.
Other ones. The other layer.
The other layer of scream sheets. Ooh, okay. So what's popping on the dark web? Let's see. You'd hear actually some rumors about a festival taking place in the Badlands.
That's what I wanted to say. Can we all just be? I'm sorry. Keep going.
Flaming fellow.
Consider it's not the vampire version of Coachella, but
I was gonna say,
Make it Burning Man, please. Make it Burning Man.
Yeah, flaming fella.
Burning Man, yeah, could be. Flaming fella, I love that. Except it would have to not be fire, because Kindred don't have fire. But,
No, nothing without risk.
You only go to flaming fella if you're fucking metal. Okay. That's amazing. Yes, so you hear rumors about the festival taking place in Badlands. We'll say that it's Friday and it's taking place this weekend.
But it's like a normal people festival, human.
The event is described as human and kindred mixed. Kindred are welcome to attend the evening festivities. It's a 24-hour type deal.
So it's Burning Man.
Yeah.
Flaming fella.
Flaming fella.
Yeah, love it.
I'll have to come up with something. But yeah, taking place this weekend. Given everything you've learned the past few days, a festival taking place seems odd, but could be a distraction type thing. Cover
Or a
up some
sacrifice.
stuff. Or a sacrifice, yeah.
So I think before we do leave after the montage, I will begrudgingly inquire about firearms availability.
I'm gonna make a roll. See what
I have a flavorful idea in mind if one is accessible.
It's just a whole bunch of crickets. Like tiny little crickets.
He passed the DC, so Acheron has an option, unless you had another option in mind.
Well,
I can
if there was availability, I'd like to select an actual in Cyberpunk verse canon option.
Sure.
So, Lucy,
What is your flavor? Tech? Power?
Power.
I think you would be. Ooh, that is my flavor. I like that.
Some of the guns that he has are.
Well, Lucian's looking for a very particular gun. He's heard that it has a bit of renown to it. He pulls out a Malorian Arms 3516.
My God. I can only get so erect. Stop, please.
Okay, we have rooms downstairs. Did you want to go?
Get a room.
Get a room. It doesn't ruin
want to be
stuff.
alone.
It is
Please don't tell Joey that.
the weapon made famous by one Johnny Silverhand. So Joey Labont may recognize it.
You might have it.
Sick.
Oh, I absolutely will recognize it without a doubt. It's not that. It is a unique kind of manufacturer to begin with.
And he'll look at it and be like, John, you're good with guns. Is this a good choice?
Maybe not for you per se. How are your arms? Do you want to have your arms blown up? That's a very good way to do it. Could I just and I just hold my hand out for a sec?
Something to point out, the schematics for said gun post 2077 probably became a lot more common. Yeah. More readily available than typical guns.
Oh my God, that's a relic.
Thank you.
So am I.
Perfect.
Meanwhile, Jin is carrying literally just
Sorry, my antique is showing.
Beretta M9 that is still within Cyberpunk for some reason. A design that was made in like the 80s or 70s.
He'll spin it around his finger and be like, I'll make it work.
Oh God, I am worried.
Maybe just you spin it and
duck
accidentally trigger
just in
like the
case?
flame thing, like the.
Oh yeah.
No, we don't need to talk about that. That comes later.
My God. But weapons. So, your boy Acheron has a tiny cache of things to choose from. If anybody would like to partake?
Just no one asks where he hides them.
Where do you think they hide them?
To give you an idea, when translating cyberpunk guns to the context of vampire, they can do anywhere between most Vampire the Masquerade weapons do anywhere between 3 to 5 aggravated damage, which is probably enough stopping power to comparable. At like level 5, you're talking about like a missile, basically. It's a missile launcher. Like a lot of fucking stopping power. 5 aggravated damage is like a one-shot. Keep in mind. So there are 3 guns that Acheron has to choose from out of the list. If anybody would like to partake, Eclipse, you mentioned you would be looking for brass knuckles as a weapon. Okay.
Yep.
That probably, I'll say that the station has a small arms cache as well, so that would be available on hand. Mostly melee weapons, I'll say. There's maybe like a couple of standard issue guns as well to choose from, but Antique, if you wanted to grab any other weapons, or if you were good, anything you wanted to do?
Since my skills are more social, question, could I use a device that amplifies my voice? But normally I can influence one person, maybe so I can influence one, not a whole crowd, obviously, because it's OP, but...
Let's see.
Can I propose the idea of Acheron having a garrote?
Yeah.
Because, you know, the idea of Liam O'Brien, white shirt, suspenders, with a garrote around someone.
Yep, noted. Let's see. Yeah, I think there should be something. I'm seeing like a laser microphone.
Laser microphone?
You can shoot a laser beam in a direction and it'll read sound waves and you can hear it on one end of the microphone. That's crazy.
That's interesting too. I like it. Not what I was looking for, but I like it.
There's that, or... Oh, the thermite pistol would...
Ooh, that would be so good. Oh.
Insane. It burns at 2,200 degrees Celsius.
Nice.
Through steel and asphalt, flesh from bone. Prolonged contact burns bone to ash, hence its SI nickname, Instant Crematorium. Most vampire weapons don't fuck around, I'll let y'all know.
That is...
Yeah, the 5 minutes I looked around, I'm like, nah, this goes overpowered very quickly.
Teddy would pick up knives, just so that because I don't have any in my inventory, she would make sure she's strapped with some.
Plan being to head out to the Badlands?
It appears to be that's the case, yeah.
If it's like... Yeah, it is Flaming Fellow. We're taking Joey still because he can be a distraction.
Okay. Yeah.
But guess where he's going?
In the trunk. Okay. Question.
Yeah.
Question. Before we head out, because we're not taking Amarantha with us, correct? We are putting Amarantha somewhere safe.
You can stay.
Yeah.
Dad?
It's likely she could stay at the station if that was the thinking.
Either there, or to kill 2 birds with 1 stone, we need to check on Blue.
So, Teddy, checking on Blue means using tunnels underground. Funny how history has a way of repeating itself. These tunnels lead beneath Arasaka headquarters. It's in a special underground branch dedicated to experimental use, we'll say.
Always fucking sucker.
You found out about these tunnels and that they were not being used because of Lucian.
And then I built a nice little analog place.
Yep. You could always check the feeds.
I could, but the last time I checked... Yeah, I would like to check before we go, but the last time I checked, she wasn't wearing her headband, which worried Teddy. In theory, we could also just send Julian to go check on her because he also knows where the tunnel is and all of that. Because he's a doctor and she...
He has a white coat.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I don't know if Julian would actually leave Teddy at this point, knowing.
See, I know that face, Bridget. That's the face. That's like, oh, this is going to be fun.
Let's see. All right. Resolving things on purely a logistical level. To prepare for this journey, it takes around 30 to 45 minutes for everyone to get an appropriate change of clothing, gather their weapons together, take care of any last minute business, and toward the end, just about when you're all gathering into a getaway car generously provided by the proprietor of KCOC, Teddy, you do check the feeds. If there was a camera there, and I believe there was, it was a very analog camera that you own the network of. Her face is this close to the camera.
Oh, nice.
Staring dead-eyed into the lens with very wide eyes.
All of them?
I need to get out. I'm getting out. She told me it was okay. I'm leaving. I'm coming to find you. The video cuts. The message plays again. You do notice that her head wrap is back on.
Dad. She turns the camera, like completely, totally stunned, wide-eyed, and plays the video.
It's playing on a loop.
She said it was okay. We're missing something. We're missing someone. Wait. Shh.
I've talked to Kitty.
No.
No, I'm going through the list. Who have I talked to who would know about her? There's only one person I haven't talked to that would know about her.
I have a very terrible idea, but it's very outside the box, and I hope it's not true. And I'll look over to Acheron. Did we ever confirm that she was dead?
Oh.
Who has a big fucking grudge against us?
Evelyn.
No.
No.
Eon?
Wasn't it Demetrius? It's the last one out of the tunnel.
Did we ever confirm it? Because she knew.
Don't think so.
Oh, Teddy, we fucking missed the obvious.
Demetrius was the last one out of the tunnel.
But he had no idea where we were going.
He never said one way or another if he killed her.
Do we still have contact with Demetrius?
Yes. Kitty had the biggest connection to him.
Teddy pulls it out her phone, and she hits call this time, not a text.
Lucien actually looks panicked now, a little bit.
She has it on speakerphone.
It rings and rings. Hello?
Kitty, darling.
Teddy, darling.
I have Dad here, too.
Lucien, it's been an age.
Cassandra, hope you're well.
It must have been an age. My name is Katerina.
That's what I meant. It's been a day. We're having a difficult time right now. He's very flustered.
Oh, that's quite all right, dear. What seems to be the matter? Why are you calling me? Not that I mind.
Well, first of all, I love to hear your voice. We chat all the time, Kitty. Let's be real. But we have a bit of a problem.
remember how I told you somebody was coming after us?
Yes.
Yeah, that's happening.
Oh, well, whoever could it be?
Somebody who knows about Blue.
Oh dear. Is Blue keeping all right? Is she still safe?
She's coming after me.
Blue is?
Yeah.
Well, I thought Blue was your ancestor. She's coming after you?
From what I can tell by the loop of the video, somebody has got her and somebody has her
Kitty,
twisted around.
have you heard from Demetrius at all?
Well, yes. He released Leon to my custody when his service agreement had finally lapsed. Leon has been living with myself and Lazarus for some time now. He's one of us. I'm finally a grandsire.
Congratulations. It's important we contact Demetrius then. Very important.
Oh, well, let me see here. You hear some murmurings of another male voice showing her how to... Okay, you go through the menu, hit share contact, and then set... There you go. Oh, wait, no, that was a picture of the... That was a screenshot. How did you do that? It sends... You get a screenshot of her contact list, and then you get his contact information.
Kitty. Honey. It's been over 100 years since I taught you how to use your phone. What are you doing?
Well,
Lucian's already dialing the number while that conversation's wrapping up. Lucian's dialing the number on his phone, and he's ringing.
I love you, Kitty. But I gotta deal with this. We'll talk soon. If I don't die.
Love you too, darling. I have to run. Stay in touch.
Will do.
Is this the fifth voice I've attempted?
Welcome to Quest Junkies.
Let's see.
Welcome to the DM.
Give us your best Ludus.
In ring. Oh God, Ludus, I'm sorry. Phone picks up. Hello, who is this?
An old friend.
You may have to be a bit more specific.
Lucian Oriel.
Ah. And you have that other one, Eddie, with you?
That's not important right now. The important thing is for you to answer my questions directly and quickly. You're an efficient man, so please give me efficient answers.
I'm listening.
You never confirmed the fate of Dion back in Las Vegas. I need that confirmation, if it is one that you can give.
Well, I shot her point blank in the head twice. But you may know this is not enough of an injury to destroy our kind.
No, it is not.
I presumed the rubble of the explosion would have taken care of her while she was incapacitated.
It's not like you to be careless.
Well, it was a big explosion. Are you asking if it is possible that she could have survived?
I'm starting to think that's exactly what's happened.
He laughs for a disconcerting time. I suppose that calls into question the status of Eddie's sire as well.
Oh, that's something I've been dwelling on for some time, but I'll deal with that when I come to it. I've dealt with it once, I'll do it again.
Well, you know, some kindred, they are made of stronger stuff, and beyond the raging power mad bitch that she was, perhaps had the will to either survive or pay an exorbitant amount of money to have her face operated on in one of those scary procedures that are experimental and leave the kindred almost entirely different from when the process first began. So if she lives, I trust it is not with all of her faculties intact.
Bold of you to assume she had faculties to begin with.
She may be an entirely different person. She may have had her beast take over her entire being. She may have surrendered to it completely. Being starved beneath a pile of rubble might drive one utterly mad.
Well, that just about confirms what I've been thinking. I don't know where you are, but do take care. I hear a flood is coming.
Well, I suspect we may encounter one another again in the days to come.
Well, if we do, don't steal my fucking gun this time.
This I can promise you. Goodbye for now, Lucien L'Oreal and Eddie. Like,
he's a creepy bastard. It's Dion. I'm telling you now. It has to be. I'll say that was on speaker, so you heard it all.
Okay.
Context, yes. Dion was one of the management of our old establishment. Dion was at the center of everything that happened in Las Vegas, and we left Dion in the rubble as the place exploded. And if she survived, then there is probably no one in this world with a bigger grudge against us.
About right?
She was also the one that had Blue captive. It's too many coincidences.
So, they deserve to be dead.
It can make me like her.
One problem at a time. We need to go to the Badlands, I believe.
Oh no.
I hear those rattlesnakes again, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Me too.
Just so you know,
Texting my sire.
there's a lot of them out there. So many rattlesnakes.
let's see. Teddy, make me a pool of 5 dice, just a flat roll.
Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
This is why I got a stress ball D20. It looks like this.
I have 4
Wow.
successes.
Okay.
That's just it helping.
Nope.
Nope. Let's make it worth a second.
There have been people passing in and out of this common area. It's possible that one of them may have slipped your notice, but you sense it coming a second before it actually happens. Teddy, you feel a tap on your shoulder. You turn, seeing no one there, but a figure materializes in the same manner as Acheron did last night. You know her. Everyone else, Teddy appears to be looking at a different version of herself. Blue pulls her hood off. I found you. It's all gonna be okay now.
Wait, what are you doing here?
She said it was okay that I could come find you. That I didn't have to be trapped anymore.
Who told you?
Oh, it's all a little fuzzy. I can't remember her name, but I didn't want to be alone anymore.
Blue, what did she look like?
She frowns as though trying to recall this information is painful. She told you I can't remember. She runs a hand through her hair, your hair, through long, blue, shoulder-length hair. No, I can't remember. I want to be with you now. I don't want to be stuck alone anymore.
Oh, it's not safe. She lied to you. She's trying to get to me.
I don't know, but I'm here now. I can help you be safe.
It's not safe.
While this is happening, you see Rebel sprint off because she is going to the security room and checking all displays because this is weird.
Okay.
Well,
Just running. You guys can keep going. Just wanted to mention.
I have my weapon on the table.
I just gave Acheron a look, and he knows what that look means.
She told me it would be okay, that I would be able to keep you safe. I don't like being trapped alone by myself.
I know, and I'm so sorry I haven't visited more, but Blue, it's not safe for you here. You can't be here.
She surges forward and wraps her arms around you. Please, it'll be okay. Like, we're together now. It'll be okay. It'll all be okay. It'll all be okay. Let's see.
It's not gonna be okay. Did she follow you?
I don't know. I found my way out through the tunnels, like how we did last time, remember?
No.
Let's see.
No.
I'm going to need... Actually, I'm going to make a roll first. Ooh, okay.
While that is happening, I'll try to keep a close eye on what is both Lucian and Teddy are doing visually. Because I am on high edge currently.
Same.
Ooh, okay, better idea.
Not that any of my actions will have any use whatsoever.
Teddy. Intelligence plus resolve, please.
Okay. Oh, that's not great. That's another.
Oh, I've just had a terrible thought.
Oh no, I don't like those. I have a worse one as well.
We'll see how this plays out, and then we come to me.
Yeah.
Also, while running out, I'm telling you guys to put your earpiece.
Teddy, Blue catches your eye, and you watch your own eyes concentrate until it's hard to look away from them. Until the depths of your eyes, as you watch, they burn like the metal of a loaded gun. Blue tells you, calm down. I'm here now. That thought from her lips to your mind, and you feel it like it was an order, and you are compelled to execute it.
Motherfucker, I knew it.
Oh.
It's going to be okay.
Question. In this instant, Lucian gives Blue an intense stare. Does anything look even remotely different about Blue?
Her bandage is bleeding. It's soaked through with red. It's not that different than from what you saw of Teddy yesterday.
I'm gonna
She does look hungry.
I'm gonna attempt to compel Blue.
Okay.
I will stand up from my chair.
And the command is going to be simple, which is reveal yourself.
Okay, for you that would be charisma plus dominate. And
It's a pool of 4.
And
intelligence plus resolve.
I will raise my weapon
Okay.
I need this to work.
with the intention of...
You want to do a hunger check for that?
Is this to gain an extra?
Yes.
I will, because I need this to work. That's a 2.
Lucian.
You
What's
got
happening?
hunger level 1.
Hunger level 1. That's fine. I don't mind that. So
Alright.
I ask one more time. Lucian, what's happening?
he's not paying attention. That's 3 successes out of 4.
Okay. It's also a 3.
Meets a
What
pizza.
is Lucian's, let's make it... What's your willpower score?
5.
You stare. You try to get Blue to break her compulsion. She doesn't appear to notice.
I move in between them. I try to break the line of sight.
Okay. We'll say that because she was concentrating, and I believe... Okay. Here's how to resolve this. Teddy, when you were told to calm down and you felt it like it was an order and you felt compelled to carry it out, what did you do?
She went stock still.
Okay. We're gonna rule that, because this is mesmerize, the command is carried out, and Lucian intervening himself between the two of you breaks her line of sight, and the effect is worn off because it was technically executed. So, Teddy, you are face to face with Lucian, and you're aware.
What's going on?
If I'm wrong about this, and I hope I am, and I hope you can forgive me for what I'm about to do.
Dad?
I'm going to turn around
No, Dad, don't.
and I am going to...
Lucian.
I'm going to place my hand on... Fuck it. This is her girl's. I'm going to place my hand on her throat.
Okay.
And I'm going to make a rouse check.
Okay.
Which is a success.
What are you intending to do?
Touch of Oblivion.
Jesus.
Let's see. Okay, that is gonna be a strength and brawl roll. Oh no, I'll just make it a contested check.
Contested?
Yep. She's trying to avoid, so she has an opportunity to resist.
So thanks to my latest level up, I have speciality in Brawl. It's almost like I planned for such an occasion.
Alright.
Pool of 5.
AC is not very high.
It's 5 successes out of 5.
That beats her to you seize her by the throat. And let me read what this does.
It
2
doesn't do
levels
it.
of aggravated damage as well as a crippling injury. And since you're grabbing her throat, we'll say 5 to 2, that's a broken neck. Your hands dig in and everyone else would hear the crunch.
Can I also add the specific flavoring in the text, because this is the main reason for it? You can age that affected body part drastically. Because Lucian believes this isn't blue, based on the conversation he just had with Demetrius. So if anything about this is a disguise or a plastic surgery or anything, this is why he's hoping he's wrong, then he's hoping that this will be revealed in this crippling injury, so to speak.
Considering you're grabbing the throat, it's hard to age one single body part when it's attached to the rest, so her entire form starts to age. And this happens very rapidly. It's almost painful waiting for the result. Eventually, once the body starts to age to the point of desiccation, her hair lengthens and turns dark, and then silver. Her face, a shadow of what it once was, and though you never officially met, this is not Dion. This is her child, Alita. She falls to the ground unconscious at the very least, with a broken neck. It's quite a crippling injury. She'll take those 2 points of aggravated damage, and she is rendered mute.
And as she stumbles back to the floor, no doubt, Lucian's just going to lean down, knowing the information that you've just given. And he's just going to get real close and he's just going to say, "The first mistake was your sire thinking 111 years was long enough to prepare to take me down."
I'm gonna say this might be an excellent point to conclude our session for the
This fucking abomination.
I feel a semblance of familiarity from this body. Does she know you?
Somehow I think you already know the answer to this question. You all-knowing, all-powerful waste of skin. Give her back to me.
Give me my body back. Now.
Amazing spectacle! Can we stop the charade now and take off the cloaks and everything and do a little dance party and just go outside, talk about this theater piece? It was amazing, but you all suck. Let's go.
You're the asshat that turned me.
Are you going for what I think you're going for?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh!
You punch a hole through this vampire.